There are a lot of military difficulties in Rome, and we're going to see Rome slowly come to an end. Barbarian groups are going to be pushing into Roman territory, and they're being pushed into Roman territory by a group called the Mongols of Asia. The Mongols had taken over a good portion of Asia, and they're pushing people out. The people that they're pushing out are pushing the barbarian groups out of their regions and into Roman territory. And so the Romans are going to have to be spread very thinly because they're trying to defend their empire, and they're trying to prevent the barbarians from making their way into the empire as well. Another reason that Rome starts to come to an end is because no one person is taking over in Rome. So between the years 235 and 284 Common Era, there's going to be over 26 emperors in Rome. And they call these emperors during this time period the barracks emperors. And that's because most of them were military commanders. They really had no idea how to run a government. They knew about the military and how to fight, but that's all they really knew. That is until one strong leader does come into power in Rome. If this strong leader did not come into power, Rome would have fallen much sooner. And this leader is Diocletian. He's going to become emperor in 284 Common Era, and he saves the empire. He realizes that Rome was very complex and it couldn't just be governed from one place. So what he's going to do is he's going to divide the empire in half. He's going to split the empire into the east and into the west. And he's going to move the main capital of the empire to Byzantine, which today is modern-day Istanbul, Turkey. And Diocletian is actually going to go there to rule the empire. He gives the western side of the empire to a military officer named Maximilian, who he is going to be co-emperor with. Diocletian is going to reorganize the civil service. He creates a new section of the military called the cavalry. This is military officers that fight on horses. He's going to set pricing limits, so pricing of food and goods do not go up too high. And one thing that he does that isn't too popular with the people, but it does help the empire, is he forces people to stay in their current occupation because he wants to make sure there are enough people in each job. One other thing that he's going to do is he's going to create what's called a tetrarchy. And this is the rule of 4. So I already mentioned Diocletian had a co-emperor, Maximilian. In addition to having a co-emperor, he's going to have 2 junior emperors that he calls Caesars. And they're basically emperors in training. The people that he chooses for this are Galerius and Constantinus. Each man is going to govern a quarter of the empire, and what's happening is he's dividing the tasks that are needed to run a giant empire, and it works out very well at first. Diocletian is also trying to stop the expansion of Christianity, and if you could not show proof of loyalty to Rome's gods, you would be stripped of your rights as a Roman citizen at the time. If you were Christian and in the Roman army or government, you would be fired. Diocletian is going to decide to retire, which is unheard of at the time. This is the first time a Roman ruler had voluntarily removed himself from power. And he's going to urge his co-emperor Maximilian to retire at the same time and have the 2 junior emperors move up, Galerius and Constantinus.